Chapter 14. Our Government. India is a sovereign, secular and democratic republic. After independence, the small Indian princely states were united to form an integrated India. Today, 29 states and 7 union territories constitute the Republic of India. In our country, there are two forms of governments, one at the center level and the other at the state level. The government at the center is called the central government, and the governments at the states are called the state governments. The central government makes laws for the whole country and deals with the issues of national importance. The state governments make laws for their respective states. At each level, the government is divided into 3 branches: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Branches of government. Legislature makes laws. Executive enforces laws. Judiciary gives justice. India follows a democratic form of government, which means it is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. We have the freedom to elect our representatives who form governments at the central and state levels and run them for 5 years. A citizen of India who is above 18 years of age has a right to vote and elect representatives for the central government and the state governments. Elections are held after every 5 years in our country. The Election Commission of India administers the election in the country. The central government. The central government is run by a parliamentary system which is based on the principle of universal adult franchise. The law-making body of India is called the Parliament. It is a bicameral house which consists of the President of India and the 2 houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the highest law-making body in the country. It is also called the House of the People or the lower house. Members of Lok Sabha are elected directly by the people through elections. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected by the members of the House. He resigns from his party as he gets elected as Speaker, and he is impartial. He guides the proceedings of the Lok Sabha. Members of Lok Sabha are elected for a term of 5 years. Any Indian citizen whose age is more than 25 years can contest the elections to the Lok Sabha. Any Indian citizen of 18 years of age or above can vote in the elections of Lok Sabha member. The whole country has been divided into constituencies. A constituency is a territorial subdivision or a small electoral area. The candidate who gets the highest number of votes in the constituency becomes the member of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha can have a maximum of 552 members, out of which 530 members represent the states. 20 members represent union territories and 2 members are nominated by the President from Anglo-Indian community. The Lok Sabha can be dissolved by the President. Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the Parliament. The members of the Rajya Sabha is not elected by the people directly. The members are elected by the members of state legislative assemblies for a period of 6 years. It has 250 members. Out of them, 12 are nominated by the President of India. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent body and it cannot be dissolved. According to the Constitution of India, 1/3 members of Rajya Sabha retire after every 2 years. New members are elected in place of the retired ones. The Vice President of India is the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The President. The President of India is the head of the country and also the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, that is, the Army, the Navy and the Air Force. The President of India is elected through an electoral college comprising members of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. The tenure of President is of 5 years. The minimum age to become the President of India is 35 years. He or she can, however, be re-elected for another term in office. The President mostly acts on the advice of the Prime Minister. The President of India is a ceremonial post. The President symbolizes the national unity and integrity. State governments. The state governments are formed to govern the states in an effective manner. Each state government is located at the capital city of that state. Laws on matters related to the state are made by the state government. The Vidhan Sabha or the Legislative Assembly is a lawmaking body of the state government. It is elected by the people of a state. Members of this house are called members of Legislative Assembly or MLAs. The formal political structure of the states is almost parallel to central government. The governor is the head of the state, which is appointed by the President of India. The governor, along with Chief Minister, ensures that the laws are followed in the state. The Speaker of the Legislative Assembly is elected by the MLAs of the state. The Speaker is the Chairman of the Legislative Assembly. Forming the government. As India has democracy, the citizens of India elect the government by voting their elections. There are many political parties in our country. Citizens who stand for election may be member of any political party or stand as an independent candidates. In the elections of the Lok Sabha, the party which gets more than half of the total seats is invited by the President to form the government. In case a party falls short of the majority, it can join hands with other parties to form the government. This type of government is known as a coalition government. The party or group of parties that form the government The Prime Minister is sworn in by the President of India. The Prime Minister forms a council of ministers which are called the Cabinet Ministers. These ministers are assigned various responsibilities and departments like Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Defence, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Human Resources, etc. The ministers at the central government have corresponding ministers at the state level. The election system of the legislative assemblies is similar to that of the Lok Sabha elections. A state is also divided into constituencies for the assembly elections. Different parties stand up candidates in these constituencies. The leader of the majority party is invited by the governor to form the state government. The leader of the majority becomes the chief minister of the state. Each state too has its own home, education and health minister amongst others. The Judiciary. The Indian Constitution provides an independent and powerful judiciary. The judiciary in India tries to protect the basic structure of the Constitution. It has the right to interpret the Constitution in times of contradictions. It also ensures that the laws formed by the Parliament do not deviate from the spirit of the Constitution of India. The Supreme Court of India is the highest judicial body and the final court of appeal in India. It is situated in New Delhi. The Supreme Court of India is headed by the Chief Justice of India, which is appointed by the President of India. Every state has its own court. The highest court in the state is the High Court. There are some other lower courts also in the districts of the states. These courts are divided into two types, the civil courts and the criminal courts. Hand in hand. The Constitution of India is a book having rules and laws to govern our country. Our Constitution clearly states the role of the state and central governments. The central government is responsible for making laws for the country and ensuring their implementation, diplomatic relations with the neighboring and other countries, the security and defense of the nation, etc. The state government ensures law and order, education and basic amenities for the people of the state, maintenance of roads and infrastructure, etc. There are various issues on which the center and the state both can make laws. Some of these issues are marriage and divorce, property laws, civil procedures, etc. In case of a national calamity such as floods, central government offers help to the state government and both work together for the welfare of the people.